So here's the question. What are the real reasons for gender-specific negotiation styles? Let's dive deeper into this issue. Women and men have different styles due to three main issues or barriers: language, gender roles, and stereotypes. Let's start off with language. In negotiations, women are considered warm, friendly, and emotional. Men, however, are considered confident, ambitious, and dominant. And most of us perceive the male characteristics to be the more desirable negotiation traits. Let's imagine a fake negotiation between a woman and a man. She makes a point, he makes a rebuttal, she makes a point, rebuttal, and when it's all said and done, the female is successful in her negotiation. That's great, right? Well, we make a fundamental error. So in reality, the female was successful since she used her skills at being friendly, a good listener, and expressive. However, too often it is perceived that she did well because she became assertive, confident, and ambitious, traits typically attributed to men. Sorry for the poor Superman logo. This wrong perception by the public not only lowers a woman's confidence in her own abilities, but provides her with less opportunities to negotiate. The next barrier is gender roles. Boys are supposed to play baseball and get a well-paying job in the future. Girls are taught to play with dolls and be domestic. We learn these at young ages, and they are only reinforced as we get older. If one deviates from these roles, they tend to be met with criticism and pushback and called names. In the race for opportunities, men and women typically start off equal. However, as we get older, men's gender roles provide them with more opportunities, and women's roles tend to provide them with many more limitations. And we know what you're thinking. Oh, that's old school. That doesn't happen anymore. Give me some proof. Well, only 18% of lead roles on TV are occupied by women due to the perception that women shouldn't be in that role to begin with. And 80% of corporate officers, engineers, construction workers, TV experts on business and economics tend to be men, while 80% of childcare, social workers, elementary school teachers, secretaries, nurses tend to be women, with the latter being linked to lower pay. And as we all know, women make 70 cents to the dollar for a male. But did you know that even in an office meeting, gender roles are still present, with men typically sitting at the head and women sitting in a more reserved manner on the sides of the table? Now for the dreaded stereotypes that we must work to break. The world's population is split 51 to 49% in terms of gender, with women actually holding the majority. It's also considered that men seem to work harder than women. Yet in one study, when men and women were asked to work for a certain amount of money, women did actually 20% more work while being no less productive than their male counterparts. Unfortunately for women to climb the peak of success, they must make more sacrifices than their male colleagues. Language barriers, gender roles, and stereotypes are just the most important defining factors to men and women's differing negotiation styles, but many more can be found if we just fill in the gaps.